So this is the TT-130M. Is it a good tank? No. Is it worth your tokens? Well, I guess we'll find out in this video. Now currently in the store, this tank is worth 20 tokens. And this could change over time. Obviously, next year, when there's a new Battle Pass season completely, it could go down because it's not as new anymore, or it could just remain the same. But currently, it sits alongside the BZ58-2, which I think is actually a pretty decent vehicle, and the Lorraine 50T, which is an absolutely horrible vehicle. The main problem with this tank is that it only has 5 degrees of gun depression, and the gun is really quite bad. As you can see, I'm firing full gold because the standard rounds are pretty useless. Like 244 pen, this might be okay on a medium tank, but on a heavy tank at tier 9, this is not good at all. And also, APCI is just flat out better if it's like this with the massive pen difference, so there's no real point of firing the AP rounds. It does, however, get the large repair kit as standard, which is a little bit faster, 5% faster than if you were to use just a normal standard large repair kit. It's a bit confusing because this is called a standard large repair kit, even though it is better than the standard large repair kit, if that makes sense. And unfortunately for this vehicle, there is one equipment choice, and that's it. Because you are way too slow to not use turbo, you need the rammer to get your DPM up, and you need stab because the gun handling is horrendous. Even with a turbo on this vehicle, you only go at 35 kilometers an hour. And that is without using the boosters. If you use the boosters, you'll go up to 52.5, but that is only for a short period of time. And you get 4 boosts per game. So while you do have insanely good mobility with the boosters, as soon as they run out, you're very slow. To put it into perspective, an S-Conk is faster than you if it has a turbo. But let's go into game, let's show you some gameplay of it, and then you can decide whether or not this tank is for you. So we are now on Sand River. We're going to use our boosters. It is an encounter battle, which I recently turned on. And we're going to go over to this side of the map. We're going to make sure that we play kind of down here. And as you can tell, with the rockets, yes, we are very fast indeed. But once you don't have the rockets, you're bloody slow, as I've already mentioned. So we'll go here. Yep. This is all good. I obviously don't have any field mods because this is one of my first few games with this tank. I've only played a few on stream, and then just to kind of, you know, have a little bit of an idea of how this tank plays, and also speak about it on stream. And that's about it though. So we don't actually own anything down here, which is a little bit worrying. It means that people can come from behind us. We have 5 degrees of gun depression though, which means that we are going to struggle. BZ176, it's kind of ironic how that tank is actually better than this thing, and it's a tier below. But that 5 degrees of gun depression is actually a bigger problem than you might first realise, or first think. Although I can actually overmatch the BZ. Wait. At least I thought I could. I don't actually know now. The 5 degrees of gun depression is horrible. Because as soon as you get onto any type of ridgeline, you are going to want to have more than 5 degrees. You're going to be wanting to have anywhere from 8 to 10. 8 to 10 is the sweet spot in this game. And when you have less than that, you struggle. I struggle a fair amount. That's an awful shot. I mean, speaking about the armor-wise though, it's not too bad. You actually do have quite a fair amount of armor, and also a lot of kind of armor plating as well to protect you from heat rounds and HE, especially the BZ. But the cupola is visible, always. Always visible. So you are never going to be able to kind of fully hide that cupola, no matter what you do. Well, I mean, this is pretty fun. What an enjoyable experience so far with this tank. It would be quite nice if I could see this BZ again. There we go. There's so much bloom though with this, even with stab. Like the bloom is massive. You have 0.15 dispersion on the turret, and it's like 0.2 or something for the rest of it. It's awful. The dispersion on this tank is awful. And the accuracy is not very good either. man. I want to try and shoot this Progetto. There's a defender down here. Okay, we can put one to him then. As long as we just hide from this BZ, we'll be okay. We don't actually spot that, which is interesting. There's a T-95 that hasn't been spotted yet, so we need to be careful of that. I mean, he could just be sitting in these bushes at the back here. I mean, I do feel confident with the armor layout of this vehicle, but I don't feel super confident, if you know what I mean. Like, I trust it, but I also know for a fact that you will get penned in that cupola if they are lucky or have an accurate enough gun. I mean, we are winning though. And the Progetto fell off the hill, or fell off the ridgeline. So we don't have to worry about that. What's the alpha on this tank? 490. We've only rolled once that is, well, above 490. The rest of them have been very low rolls in comparison. Maybe we'll get a shot on his side. Nice. 475. We still haven't reached 490. We've rolled once for 520, and that was it. We do, however, still have 2 boosts remaining. There's the concept. Again, you see the problem with the gun depression. It's so bad, and the aim time is horrendous as well. Like this gun, it's not nice. It's not nice to play with. 5 degrees of gun depression in water tanks nowadays, not an enjoyable experience. There's the chart. I mean, we do get the spotting on him, so that's nice. We unfortunately cannot spot a T-30 though. That's just fired. Again, gun depression. Don't have the gun depression to shoot. Any other tank, like with -7, I'd pen that. I'd hit that. -5 is horrific. We might as well try and put some shells into this T-30. I mean, I kind of find it hard to believe that we can't spot the T-30 after he fired. Right, let's get the ammo rack back. Use our booster. Maybe we can get one more shot out. But this is just an average game for this tank. It's a horrible vehicle. Yeah, it's got a novel feature with being Czech, and it has rockets, but that's it. That's the only like nice feature about this tank. Everything else is awful. Like, because look how slow we are now. We are very slow without rockets. We are very slow. We have no... what's it called? We have no... no gun depression. The aim time is awful. The dispersion is awful. Yeah. I don't have gun depression. I have to go, yeah. No, it's just a horrible vehicle. It really is. You know what? I don't even want to play another game in it. I genuinely don't. It's a horrible tank. We get 2,270 damage. I mean, how many shots did we fire? 14 shots fired, 9 hit, 5 penned. This is a horrible tank. Like, it's awful. Just avoid this vehicle. I don't even want to give it more chances. Like, look at this. Look at my stats in this thing. 2.2k damage. For a tier 9 heavy. Absolutely horrific. Absolutely horrific. Like, this thing has no redeeming features. None. You can't even call the rockets redeeming features on it, because it doesn't do much. because by the time that you get up to speed, it then ends, and then you just go back down to 30. Yeah, I don't recommend anybody to get this tank. This is awful.